moving away from the Viper and getting that double initiator online is not standard.
Okay, C9 on defense, G2 on attack. Anything mental? No, we've got to leave with a Sheriff.
C9 cooked stuff up.
Gecko will be in the meta Haven comp for a long run now. On Haven?
That's what's defining
No.
At least the map too, at least Icebox.
Sova's pretty good. Most teams are going to lean into Breach Neon. And then you'll see like primarily Sova or Gecko.
Give it up for Moose.
Probably more Sovas.
We know the style of this team, how they like to play. Chances, Moose almost punished. Way out of the real chance of him potentially getting picked off, but once more they just group
C9 going for more info trips than anything.
Sure that they put Leaf into that 4 position over towards Mound. Potentially give it up on JonahP. That is a nasty one.
Holy.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, the info trips means they can 4-pass and stack, and they were wanting to just get info over towards A, but that is an insane shot.
Just the fact that Zeppa was jiggling like that might give them some indication that there's only max 1 player left. C9 really thought that this was a re-hit over towards C, and now they're starting to scramble, but we can see that it's ending B as well. So C9, the defensive rotation's getting pulled all over the place very early on because of Valen's calling.
30 seconds left.
Clearance into the corner there with a trip broken 2. Paranoia, not wasting any time with it. It's already sent flying by
Vanity. That Omen flash on defense hit 3.
Away, but the call is made by Cloud9. They have swarmed straight over the position. Oxy. He's definitely done enough here with 3 kills into the round. Time is running short for him. It's a weird situation. The nade rebounds, but it's only going to be preventing JonahP from really pushing forwards. Who is going to be finally getting this plant down? Hold. JonahP just needs to land this one. He's just walked it out entirely. And there is the face. Adjustment
keeping up with their pistol dominance.
Why has Oxy thrown his nade before they tap? He could have used that. There was like 10 seconds left on the time. He could have used that to deny the plant, surely. That was a bizarre one. I was just about to say, Oxy's done such a great job at getting a second nade online here. He can win this round. And then it just kind of gifted them an opportunity to get a free plant out. I think we're going to see this a lot, though. C9 flood defend into B. It was what they, in my opinion, were the best at on Lotus. Was putting pressure onto the B plant and then execing straight into the retake.
Yeah.
And Oxy is the biggest reason for that, because he's fearless. This time, though, doesn't quite work out. And C9
one Sheriff gets the kills, gets a little bit of extra money. So one Sheriff.
Single pistol, one for Cloud9.
Correct on pistols.
G2 just aiming to sniff out if Cloud9 are stacked with any bodies.
Wait, it was
that they are.
It was Vanity, right? In chat during Shanghai, saying that they played G2.
Right, you have your 4 players.
They played G2 and Prac, and they lost like 0 out of 10 pistols or something crazy.
And then you're just gonna have Leaf kind of walk closer and closer over towards
they lost every pistol against them.
And if Leaf doesn't see anything, then you can go back to him. And if he gets punished, that's fine. Then you know where the stack is, and you can commit over towards A.
Oh, now it's happening in real time in an official. At least they got 1.
So if he does go
maybe they're
down,
happy they got 1.
Slightly more aggressive at lurk play. You're not really losing anything. You're not giving a weapon over to your opponent. So.
All well and good, Josh, but I sleep.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I sleep when the team makes the optimal decision and stacks the side on the eco.
Well,
there's 3 people that are allowed to hunt. With how G2 have been playing it, they don't normally commit the stinger to hunt. There should be 2 people that get to hunt here.
People love Oxy pick Reyna, run at them. You know, so it's just the way that G2 like to play. They've got a fundamental understanding of the game.
Yeah.
And I think it's all come kind of top down from the way that JonahP has been coaching Valen and the way that Valen thinks about it.
Leaf caught with a stun there, but didn't hand over a weapon.
Exactly. It's not the biggest deal in the world. C9 are going to be able to go down to Spike. Now that should be.
As he's sticking.
Holy, that one got.
All good.
All good.
All good.
All good.
So that's the reason that you
Oh,
played in that spot.
a little bit close.
You have a headshot angle. But
or use a gun, whichever.
Squeaky bum time.
Did get close. Leaf with the outlaw purchase. A bit
Now
of a preview.
there's a classic we haven't seen too much of.
And
So
honestly, rife for punishment. The amount of teams that have just been really stretching the economy, going for half armor purchases. It's been a lot of them so far in Americas. You're seeing 2 online right there. Good attempt at the circle.
Fantastic circle.
I was gonna say, was that circle?
Stay focused.
No.
It's live as 3 actually now. Oh no, 2.
No, still 2, but
Suggested.
different players.
Okay. All by
Yeah,
angles though,
Oxy
it's spammed
tags
down.
one
Not
bullet.
Too much more damage being applied. Valen is forwards now with the horn.
Oh,
Tension
the swing with the
diverted away
fade
from
out
this
is
one.
kind of
Oxy
nice
tries to
though.
stand his ground.
Lovely
Only with the
trades
trade
on this.
eventually falling.
Yeah, hold up.
And Rooney's going to be spotted from that Prowler. He needs to use some util to try and get himself out of there, but there's no punish from G2. They weren't really eager for the engagement.
You'd think the C9 should be favored in these kind of rubble fights, considering that they have the breach, but not quite working out for them there. That's a lot of damage, though. Huge damage onto Moose and Rooney.
I mean, just carved his way right through them, but no kill to be found. Still, on a single digits of HP on either side of them. Trent. Door open now, Prowler. Maybe it can pave the way over towards this A side. Haunt will clear, at least through the back. Pit still needs to be watched just in case. Good heads up by Trent. Just playing out of.
How are you meant to
calm position
retake this with
the
these
plant.
HPs?
Make sure he doesn't get caught by that aftershock.
And Leaf will have been screaming in the comms the damage numbers that he did.
Oh yeah. 3v3, very winnable right now for G2.
All super grouped up, though, and Vanity still has a paranoia.
He's going to be holding for it.
Satchel out.
Still here, Satchel.
I think the smoke
Sends
might
out
even
flying
help them.
forwards. Very early
Oh.
paranoia's there.
Diamond flash
walking
hits a
through,
lot, though.
Spam into it, in through the smoke. Vanity
That's the
cleared
high
up, though, still
HP.
Moose sticking now and a few bullets.
Yeah, having the
It's all it
smoke does
takes.
help them, especially when they're low
Spraying them all
HP.
down, Rooney realizing it now. Didn't get the half onto the diffuser, just got to get a bit of a move on and running the hell out of there. Keep the rifle into the next, but a bonus round. There's one out by G2 here.
The
These
insane
ults are
stuff.
coming online
G2.
very quickly. That snowball potential. We're going back into the old classic.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that this G2 composition excels at, is getting that snowball online. And if they're going to win the rubble fights on top of all of that, then they could easily run away with the attack half.
One enemy remaining.
This is a rough beginning for Cloud9. And Imi frustrated. It's another pistol and another bonus that they've given up. So similar to what went wrong for them on Ascent.
Yeah, the stress settling in.
Only person with a
Yeah.
gun has no armor.
He had hair at the start of this game.
What the hell? It was so unnecessary.
For G2, again, JonahP, bit dangerous. Rooney spots that, surely, sees it. They can't quite take the fight, at least without dropping down. It's making a lot of noise. JonahP even hear this one. Dizzy, pre-aimed and fired forwards. Now with a showstop, Oxy wants to send this! Bloody hell, Icy. Good
They
movement
put
there
a
with Satchel.
razor onto the defense, even though
Nice
they.
C's as well from Trent. Making sure
I
that
mean, the
Oxy
C's
couldn't
was
get
great.
any further forwards.
Yeah, the Caesar's really,
I
really
think it
good.
might be time for Rooney to
It's
give
a
the
very,
rifle over
very,
to
very
Oxy.
bold call for C9. Normally on attack, you can understand the
I'm gonna
razor.
try to force this
You
one
get
into
a
JonahP.
so
Bit of a disaster
overwhelm.
round so far for Cloud9. They gotta try and convert
Like,
this
you gotta
in some way
give
or form.
G2
They're
their
gonna be
props for
expending
being in
ults.
good
They're
positions.
already losing
but
these players. JonahP,
Vanity's going to have a try at it.
yeah.
Yes, of course. The strongest
Where's he gonna
rifler.
go? Trip, punish, through the wall, separate. At least through main, actually. Stand corrected, out through the smokes once more. That's a deep push by Leap, and being punished.
30
It's
seconds
Vanity.
He-
It's the one
he actually did a
for
good
the
amount of
trade.
damage here, though.
27 seconds left. Spike still needs to
Yeah,
go
and this
down
nade
here.
might be
Scared of
giant.
the util. Flying forwards now with a mosh
Oh,
and the
I
nade.
don't know if they needed to
Seeking
stack
to
him.
deny this one with only 20 seconds left. There's definite opportunities, but a Dizzy. It's going to re-aim. Snap 2, broken. No flash there
Yeah,
for them.
the
13
mosh into
seconds,
then
still needs to be
wait
held, and it's a
into
spamble
nades
angle.
could have been
Moves to
unbelievable,
one,
but
follows through,
looks like it
and
doesn't
there's the
matter.
win. Incisive
Yeah, and they
eventually.
managed to pick up 2
Cloud9
extra guns on top of
doing
this.
enough to stall that one out
I think
into a
Vanity did
favourable
really good damage in the end
position
here.
overall in the
Shout
round.
out
They
to
needed to win that.
Ziz.
You're expending
Epa
these
got the
showstopper in that
first kill,
fashion.
or Musaka.
Absolutely. That's a huge one to get Cloud9 back into it. All of the frustration that was on Emi's face, I think he'll be super happy about this one.
Yeah, nice
The
movement though.
opening parts of the round didn't look great. But Vanity managed to find his way in here, throw a nice smoke. And then Cloud9 went for another one of those flood defenses that were working really nicely on Ascent. We've already seen one almost work on B. Doing a good job, and Cloud9
Get the Outlaw
using
out.
the time
Only 2 people
effectively
that he can
against
one-shot.
G2.
Pre-fire almost took JonahP out.
Yeah, I think Jonah's going to find it difficult to stay alive in some of these spots if he's going to be perma-lurking. C9 want to force the action.
Here they
You're
go
gonna have to
aggro
when you
A
run into
and-
double initiator. It's either that or trap players.
I like this though. They at least
kind of
force a lot of util with the smoke and a prowler that goes in, and that forces them to protect the camera so they can break it. Insert one over towards C, and now they're going to retake.
Actually, now one away from the ult.
And JonahP has his Molly, so they're probably just
still going to be up over
towards
towards
right, Molly.
Still have control of Rubble anyway. It's doubled up. Oxy and Zeppa could do some serious damage. How did G2 clear this? Many ways to do so.
Or contact re-clear.
Dropping it down alongside the Haunt as well. Zeppa's trying to get in front of this one here.
Again.
He's blinded though. Parano, I believe, and just doesn't know which timing to take here. Oxy still hard committed in with 6 bullets left. Once more stands his ground, looking for the challenge, but nobody's going to be meeting him. G2, fast move now, wrap around across the world, make their way over towards C, but it hasn't been
30 seconds left.
At least left from the side. Valen trying to make some noise up through B. Has pulled a few players. In fact, Moosey left the position where he was hard anchored. Now still going to be trying to meet them. Doors open wide. Not going to be hit.
Lovely from Vanity.
Everybody falls.
I mean, he's just so close to just heard everything that he was doing, right? Breaks the trip, opens the door, here's it all.
Like it's a pivot to B, but C9, they read the scenario, and I actually really like that setup.
Leaf following the ground over towards C. Defensively, he's going like more to the corner on the right.
He's close enough that the paranoia doesn't do anything, and he's also just perfectly pre-aiming in case people swing through the wall or when the wall
keep an eye on it.
towards route. It's a nice setup between Oxy and Zeppa there. And Oxy, as usual, he's good for it. He's 8 and 2, top of the scoreboard right now. Popping off,
it's a nice recovery. Force them down to eco. They got 2 ults. They want to use it. They could use their own Razor and an eco. Yeah.
Not opting for the rubble fight anymore, Cloud9.
No, but it's my Bay G2 win.
Well, he's here pretty fast.
Might be willing to take those risks. Valen is so far ahead.
Rooney will take that all day.
Rooney back with a reposition.
I think they're gambling there that it's probably the Cypher setup over towards A.
And a double hold, Oxy!
Yeah.
I mean, is that one even intentional?
Yeah, I mean, at least the second kill, I'm not sure it is.
Say that they got lucky, but
he's getting close to his Razor again.
We'll find out, man, on the replay, I think.
Yeah. They are still giving it to Leaf.
Yeah, every time they kill Leaf, man, they are spraying that body.
No mercy being shown for the former teammate.
Yeah, it's a great recovery.
Most didn't even play with him. You don't know him like that.
Yeah, he's just joining in on the fun. G2 with a timeout. Important time for it, I think, as well, when Cloud9 have started to
it was.
find their footing. It's just disgusting.
It was a lovely
Was it ever in doubt?
reset.
Was it
Oh
ever
my
in
god.
doubt with
Yeah, that
Oxy?
is.
He's so sharp with it.
Yeah.
11 and 2. Tearing him up on the defense.
So G2 calling that timeout. It's a very important one, actually, coming up.
Yeah, this is where G2 get all of their big ults online. They've got the Showstopper, they've got Nightfall, 2 massive ults to get onto site somewhere, and then a pit to try to close things out. C9, normally the best thing to do against a massive ult cycle like that is to try to force fights
Isn't Neon good on this map?
and deny them from even getting into the space to use those ults.
The Raze nade is giant on this map,
I don't know
though.
whether C9 have it necessarily in their strat book, but going for something like 3 players pushing mound, 2 players pushing out B main, like that kind of crunch where you go deep into spawn off the back of stuns and flashes, could be a really nice time to bring out a set play like that.
Like you said, with the sole goal of just
Should
trying
be
to pull out
should be an easy round for them still, though.
They're going to be using this timeout, you know, to discuss
These
the
2
plan.
ults are pretty
They're certainly
situational.
not going to do something aggressive off barrier. They're really far away right now. So if you're not going to go for something aggro and try and catch them before the ults are in play, you almost need to bait them out and then play retake and have that utility at least advantage.
They're going to send it with Valen again?
See if there's any
Well,
success
obviously not
there
pushing
on the
through the
side of
smoke
Cloud9.
TP-wise.
Again, seeding Rubble very quickly to G2.
Yeah, Odin in the hands of JonahP, make sure that nobody can really contest that.
Zeppa was close over towards C in case there was early contact.
He's going to be the sole holder.
He's just playing just
The rotating
full rotate of wherever they hear people.
Really can't really,
Over towards C, we have Vanity
also
playing
help
close
him
in
out,
his one way, and
What
he's
is
going to have a
Oxy's game plan
perma
there? He's so
45
close to
second
the door.
one
I
way.
think he's just trying to take the timing through it.
I'm not sure.
I kind of hope he gets challenged because I want to see what kind of nutty idea he's got.
Do we one way again or do we leave?
Vanity just about dodging it with a jump spot. Sees that it's at least part of the committal. Still wants to get inside the smoke as well, just in case, not giving up the space just yet.
And I like the way that Valen calls in these spots because he always leaves a player like Jonah here so that they have options later on in the round. They could try to end B. They can always go back over to JonahP if they need to. And again, I'm really hoping that we end
Worried about the
towards
time
A,
on
'cause
this
I want
one.
to see how Oxy is thinking he can outplay this.
Oxy.
We're doing a 3-1-1, so you'd imagine it's like open door into B
I can get
split.
a one-way smoke set up by Vanity. He's on the other side of the map now, so Oxy is essentially alone. And no way, no way. Oh, he's done. He's just taking the timing against them. Oh, not enough for the reset. Trent, quick 180.
Two people here. Dude, they double lurk on this. Omen ult comes, joins them, and then we're going to have the latest lurk there is all the way through C. Arlen has Omen Flash to stop him. Omen Flash goes in, Omen Flash reactionary.
This one close. Icy, he's taken out. Aftershock, press forwards.
Leaf is so far away.
Oh, and it's going to leave it down to Valen. He needs to deny and buy some time.
Yeah, now they realize the lurk's here, and he's got to go for a trip.
All for Leaf into this spot. Should have been a timing that they could have taken. Rooney with a defuse. Already up to half, and it's covered with Moose.
AC done from Moose. This ult was great as well.
The ult and the 2K close things out.
Dude, Oxy was unlucky to not get to her.
That's a massive round for C9 to put on the board. This map trends attack-sided anyway, but I think teams have got so much better at playing it on the defense. Look at this. It's so nice. When JonahP goes down in that spot, yes, Oxy doesn't get the second, which he probably should have done because he made the correct decisions. But JonahP had the pit that would have been a massive post-plant addition to the way that they played this round. And then Leaf off miles away. 1 and 7, bottom of the scoreboard as well. Struggling to find his impact. Wyatt was talking about it on the desk. He's been amazing for them.
Dude, Trent put his ult into this round. He's nearly got another.
Putting up
with the kill,
KPR
double kill.
in a lot of his moments on
One more
Killjoy,
kill and then a death, right?
he's not finding it right now.
No, struggling.
And against his former team.
I like this. Dude, we're seeing a lot more ideas with the
there's not going to be any players
with the Cypher at the moment.
I see the
I've seen a lot more cameras over towards here getting info into Odin, and I'm seeing like aggro cameras at the beginning as well. That's nice, because it felt so stale, some of the stuff I was seeing with Cypher. I just felt like I was seeing Cypher plan the C and nothing. But actually over towards A, I felt like Cypher info with Odin is insane.
So this is just going to get full value. C9
yeah, and they got Fischl, they got Razor to retake. They say Razor to retake, Razor's on the flank. We have an outlaw.
This is going to get messy. Gives them that cover and fire, and it's going to get very messy. Dizzy clears one way of things.
Leaf is in a really strong pose.
Around occurring. That is Oxy off onto the flank. Not being watched by Leaf here, but again, there's so many opportunities for this to go this way, that way, any sort of direction.
30 seconds left.
It's on a coin flip almost. Showstopper now. Let loose into the hands of Oxy. Can he find anything? Players forwards now. And a direct hit will drop him.
Oh.
Still, bullets landing. Oxy left to do it all. In a 1v2 and a half armor might make that difference. Nate rebounds. Still with a plant down. Shorty in hand.
Yeah, he knows he's 5 HP.
Available. It's rampant across the board, but he knows the damage has been done anyway to Icy.
Oh my god, it's insane.
Up over the top, just did not spot
crowds.
Icy. Round and round we go with a timing. Oxy who finds it.
It rose 15-3.
So much pressure in that situation. They barely got the plant down.
Yeah, I thought the plan was down, to be honest with you.
Oxy's favoured in that kind of situation because he just has such great info about where everybody is. Icy's stuck, just trying to put the spike in the ground. Putting down that pit before the spike goes down, and instantly C9 are applying pressure. Beautiful decision as well to take out the shorty towards the end.
Dude.
Talk it.
Yeah, Oxy is such a joy to watch, man.
This is now 5 rounds in a row for Cloud9. It looked like they were getting outplayed at the beginning of this map, and one thrifty round in round 4 completely changed.
Turn the tide a bit. The nade. Valen's been pushed out wide, still only at the stinger, so just able to get the one. They want to pivot into B. Just as the hop-up happened, it could have been unfortunate timing. Still, it's Vanity who claims it. The 2 drop down. You're right, Josh, at this point. Almost inevitable. Cloud9 have a chokehold on the map.
Right.
It's looking fantastic.
Yeah, it really is.
C9 have dealt with
every single buy round.
The way that G2 are attacking, they've dealt with the ult cycle. They've managed to apply massive amounts of pressure on these flood defenses. They're going for retakes before the spike is even planted. And G2 are just not ready. G2 are the kind of team that
Down, B.
really love to play things to perfection if you give them enough time to set it up. They like to play the slower attack sides. They like everybody placed in optimal positions. And when you push them, when you pressure them, they can't get into those spots. And that's where C9 driving the wedge into those cracks.
That is committed by Vanity.
Vanity's
Way out in the
out
open, they're just
dueling
trying to
Leaf
take
at the
that fight,
moment.
but with him dropping Leaf now, again, the options are removed from G2.
They are bullying Leaf. A play like that, it's aggressive from Leaf. I think he's relying on his skill, which usually is great for him. But today, he just can't find it. And the C9 players are dominant.
They gotta do something together that's gonna outduel.
Side peek by Trent. Was connected onto the backside player. Trouble is, can you get the plant down
Trent
still?
gets a
I believe it's
plant,
kill
he
trip
gets his
set up by
ult.
Moose. Slide across, but it's going to be spotted out. Rolling Thunder,
Oh.
though. Not going to be allowing them to get that easy plant
don't
out.
want him to have
Full
it.
connection now, Aftershock. Offloaded with it. Flashes. Crossing the way. This is going to be pre-fight, though. No one can be caught by it. And G2 make the call to just try and stand and deliver. The fight is taken. Showstopper rocket denied.
Ops the ult, but
No
it's
round
had
for
so
them.
much damage
Another ult
done to him.
expended and wasted, but G2, all the resources just running out for them.
Ah man, it's looking
Everything is
desperate for
going
G2.
perfectly for Cloud9 here. And all of it turned on a Thrifty right at the beginning. Desperation time for G2. Looking like they want to force into this one with light armor across the board. They really thought that this one was winnable. And I think it could have been. Icy had a chance there at getting things down into a 1v1. These early fights are going so well for Cloud9. Vanity's going to try to take another.
That is brave.
That is so bold. I don't think Vanity would do that, except that they've won 7 rounds in a row.
Yeah, for sure.
So a little bit of sloppiness will get G2 back in. Forwards, you can hear the many footsteps. Leaf, he's going to be worried
He
about
loves
this one.
to play,
He
yeah.
has been known to play it before, and now, finally,
Oh, I guess that's
makes
why,
his mark
man.
on the server with 2 dropping. Or he's finally picked up. Rooney's left alone now.
Yeah, this is
Opens
their
up the door
first buy
wide, but
round
he doesn't
since
have
the
to worry about
bonus.
a multitude of positions. At his back as well. JonahP just
One enemy
a bit of
remaining.
patience there. Would have worked out either way still. Moose popped up onto the half wall. And now tethered into place. That is a 4th round for G2. Maybe just one more on the board. You can see a possibility in a world that they
Last
can
round
bring this
before the
back
switch.
despite the dominance that we've seen of Cloud9.
If they're
No
able to get this
reward
back
for
to a
G2 for
7-5
making
half
third
and,
in
you know,
Shanghai.
win those pistols
Prize
again,
money, that's it.
then yeah. And at that point, Cloud9, I think, will feel cheated because
One enemy remaining.
they are in control, playing phenomenally
Yeah.
map 2 and map 3.
You get a disadvantage coming into
They let it
split
slip
2,
based
but
on
you get
pistol
some
rounds.
prize money.
They're going to be kicking themselves. C9 would love another here.
It
just
depends
to
what
make sure
you
that
depends
even
what you
if
want.
G2 get a pistol, they're still
Depends how you look
with
at it, really.
a fairly sizable lead in the next half. Oxy's got an ult here that's fantastic to use. Thrash on Zephyr. So many tools at their disposal. Again, Vanity, though, taking a really aggro position. He's got the operator on a crack, hoping that Leaf will just run into this. Pure mind games. Maybe reading into the fact that he's got a good understanding of how his former teammate plays, and the fact that Leaf is trending more aggressive. Oh, he's come off the angle to throw a smoke.
In the danger zone for this one. But still lands the shot.
Oh, he's inside his head.
Yeah, he's got backup gun
It's
as well.
just brutal
Yeah,
out there for Leaf.
it's always on
No
Leaf.
trade inside there from JonahP. First kill advantage for Cloud9. It's got to be full, I mean, through the roof, surely. But in a lot of these
And
opening
he's just
engagements.
dominating
definitely
aggro
feels like
B.
it.
And Oxy, the perfect tool for the job as soon as
Good
the
stun
doors
on
open
top of
wide.
He just waited for him to
Icy
land.
thought he could outplay it, but it's just waited out still with the trade, but a util in your hand, caught.
God, Vanity's owning, man.
That's such impeccable patience there from Oxy. What goes up must come down.
Jonah knows. No contact there off the trip as soon as it's broken. regrouping together, but this is Cloud9.
And they just got a retake
4
setup.
players left alive versus the 2 of G2.
I like this passive trip top C to see if they ever go and push all the way towards heaven. It's nice info. Got a camera they can check as well. Check it, they know the one's planting, one's close. Balin and win the round with the flash.
So the paranoia sends it off early here. Can hear that.
Yeah, he
thrash
thought
coming
the
forwards.
fish was going heaven.
Right through, and it's
Oh
double
my
back.
god.
Great game sense there by Zephyr.
Zephyr knew he was going to take the timing in the smoke.
No shot, no world. No world at all.
Okay, they wrecked
Another
them.
knife kill.
If G2 don't win the pistol here, you're looking at an 7-1 really.
At the half, C9 in control. 3 of those rounds that G2 got were pistol and then a bonus.
Yeah.
But they failed to convert, and suddenly the tide of the game went rapidly in C9's favor. And Oxy's done an amazing job, by the way, defending this door. It's a really unusual way of playing the Raze on this map. Not a common spot for Razes to be playing. Usually that's the Viper or the Killjoy or something like that. And he's just been immaculate with it. Ring around the Rosie in one of the rounds, pops the ult in this one. Looking great.
It's been lovely work overall. Let's send it down to the desk to break it down.
And you know, it felt like G2 were starting off quite well, and then Cloud9, Wyatt, just completely took over that half.
Yeah, absolutely. I
The
mean, maybe if we were
G2
seeing some of the new
have
crazy
had
comps, different agents, we'll see that
good
Lotus
defense
won't
when
be
we watch
as
them.
attacker-sided favored. But with these
The JonahP
classic
domain.
comps, Cloud9 surely have done more than enough already, getting 9 rounds on defense.
Yeah, it's actually a great point. I forgot that, you know, with the way that these maps have played out with the compositions and whatnot, this certainly does look fantastic for Cloud9 going into the second half here. And you're seeing, honestly, Paula, some great coordination here from Oxy, but also Moose has also been popping off too.
Yeah, that round is absurd. This one is too. I mean, a 1v2 with an outlaw stuck on site, recognizing that the Icy was low HP and just pulling out the shorty and making it count. Moose had great rounds. You're talking about that. Oxy's 13 and 5
And I
right
get
now
a-
for skills to
get a
first death.
rare
He's playing
Happy
phenomenally
Emmy.
over the entire series, and carrying it through to Lotus is really important.
Yeah, and I do like as well,
407,
Brennan Seisha was talking about it,
17
Mel.
to 7.
You're seeing a different way that Oxy is approaching this map with the Raze, being a bit more, you know, kind of like holding his ground a bit more in certain areas of the map.
I think holding his ground, but also I don't think I've seen him like over pushing like crazy and feel like he has to overcompensate.
Yeah.
And I feel like as well in the late rounds, his flanks have been good. I think the clutches as well from him have been good, like the 1v1 with Oxy 1 HP. And Moose as well. I think even as a team, when these rounds get really chaotic in the late round, when there's a Viper ult on site, things always just end up going in Cloud9's favor. I'm not sure if that's a miss from G2 or maybe more so just Cloud9 capitalizing.
Yeah, just a reminder that the last time, these two teams played on this map, it was G2 that beat Cloud9 13-6. And recently, G2 have only lost to some of the best teams in the world on this map, Heretics and Gen G.
Ooh, that is good context to remember as we get into the second half. Send it back over to Brendan Sideshow.
And just to build off what Wyatt was saying, you know, it is a good map for G2. Part of the reason they won versus Cloud9 last time around when these two teams played on this map, you know, was that they were able to just bait and isolate Oxy a lot of the time for those fights, playing together, a lot of high-low setups, and it was their defensive half.
Who
that they were
wins
doing
the
most of
pistol?
that.
Yeah. But I think Oxy's letting the game come to him a little more. That's what Mel was talking about.
Yeah.
He's not overextending, looking for the fights, but he might be forced to do it a bit more now that the sides have swapped and he's on attack.
Oh no. It
Nice
couldn't
one.
be
Great
any worse
prediction
for
there as well, that
Vanity.
Vanity would look
Tried to
seek
dodge
refuge
the
inside the smoke.
tried to dodge the eye and ended up
So
just
what they were
giving
looking for
him
here, after shot.
a free shot.
There's up to that corner. Sorted that vulnerability, slowed down by the turrets.
Spike
Well
down.
tagged up. I mean, there's just a
Just
lack
going with
of
what I was thinking at the beginning. 5-1 pistols.
foresight in terms of thinking about how they wanted to really approach
Dude,
this.
they're gonna
one.
lose a
Brute
best of
force to
3
try
and they
get
won
through to
5
choke point.
out of 6
Brute force
pistols.
does not work out. G2 flawless with the pistol round win.
I will say the
almost flawless
defense
in the
again
series.
has looked
5-1
really
when
good.
it
So
comes
if you're
to pistol
G2, you're
rounds
pretty
won
confident at the
in
moment.
G2's favor.
Because this
I said
guy
earlier, if G2 end up winning
beast.
this series based on
defense. And they use some
broadly
weird
speaking,
Viper
that stack,
setups with the
C9 will be
smokes, and they're
kicking
very strong.
themselves. Oh, Vanity didn't even manage to get inside the smoke. I missed that. I thought that was a prediction, but he's lit up like a Christmas tree. We were having a conversation earlier on the desk about how G2
Yeah, and
the
they
best
haven't
team
gone
in
for this
Americas.
for
I
a
don't think
while,
there
but
is a
now they
best team
bring
in
it
Americas
out.
right now,
Hero
at least
gun
conclusively.
in the form of a
But
stinger.
It's making for some very close
Vanity
games.
drops him a stinger,
It
he
looks
buys
like
heavy
there's a
armor.
chance. valid.
Doesn't clear left. There goes the heavy armor.
Position out of TP should be preempted.
Leaf hits the hero shot to make sure there's no trade.
Finally, pesky turret dealt with.
But in a 3v5 post-plant, shouldn't really be winnable.
No, it shouldn't be.
Maybe if they had upgraded a bunch of guns, but... That's ambitious.
Yeah, it's just Moose going for it there. Vanity obviously stinger in hand. So anyone looking to make sure that they can do anything, but the crossfires, they're impeccable. So really cover any appropriate angles and positions.
You might think that a double initiator composition is going to trend attack-sided, because you have huge amounts of utility to get into sights with. But actually, I think that it's going to end up being a little opposite for Cloud9.
That's what you're buying.
What we saw is that this composition worked really nicely for their flood defending style. They have huge amounts of utility to flood in and put pressure onto the spike plants, and they work for their defense. But
Neo Frontier Sheriff, what the hell does that look like?
Nanoswarms, vulnerables being thrown out from that snakebite from JonahP. If they just try to do big burst execs, G2 are going to have some great utility to deal with that. So
no idea what that one is.
Play a little more slowly and draw that out, and they don't have the Viper to play slow.
Pretty clear orchestrated takedown with A-Rubble, Cloud9. Somehow, I mean, Zephyr's ended up with a judge heading into this round for G2's bonus.
The cowboy one? Oh, okay, yeah.
Footsteps.
They go
Silent jumper by Moose. Places the trip though and pulls it back. I think that's going to be her potentially. Moose is low enough here. Low enough indeed that it's a spray and pray. Fading away. Trent now with the Prowler.
And that paranoia.
They've got them really just collected up into this.
That looks like another bonus because JonahP's just been sitting here the whole time. And they just didn't think he'd be holding that angle still. And it's a really clean round and they get a lot of gun upgrades. And that's a nightmare for C9.
Not even like you did any damage at all to it. They're going to be upgrades abound now for
G2 plays so different to other teams with the Viper.
If there was any
I
way
think
of
it's so
losing
hard
this
to play
match,
against.
I think C9 have just found it.
The push-up was a big
the loss
kill.
in the pistol and the loss on the bonus, it's so similar to Ascent. Amy's going to be kicking himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, brutal one. He's already hit the panic button. They've gone for a tactical timeout.
The exact same as Ascent.
Timeout already?
Holy hell. Lose the bonus, immediately you hit the timeout button.
Yeah. Ideally here,
yes, but if you can wait, then I can get it for you.
But I don't
well, I say I can get it for you. We're doing a sponsored stream tomorrow, and all of the money I'm making for it is going to the mods anyway, so want to wait until I get paid for it. Then you can have it.
I really feel like this double initiator worked beautifully for them when they had the advantage in the late round.
You're waiting for the Kuranami anyway? Okay, well that will work well.
Is even across the board and you're trying to get into a site, you're still going to struggle to get in on Lotus.
If you want to support the mods as well, you can watch this tomorrow. And with the stream as well, we're watching the NRG Sentinels game.
Did they have a lot of success?
Should be pretty good.
Not really. But
who's the sponsor? You have to wait and see.
Try to get in, and that is the more standard way of playing Lotus. I think this is going to require a little bit of nuance here for Vanity's calling.
It is, yeah.
What time? That's a great question.
All in really into these sites, not when.
Between one,
we've seen it enough.
What time? I should be way more professional about this. Let's say it's 1:30 p.m. UK time.
Yeah, you could.
Let's do 2:30 CST. I have no idea what that is in America time.
Rolling Thunder.
1:30 UK time.
Maybe. Those ults can
maybe I'll be 5 minutes late. Maybe it's at 2 p.m. Around that time.
Zephyr. So Oxy's going to leave it to him.
Do I know the results? I know the map. Or I don't know the actual like scores of the maps.
Good information on Rubble, and nobody's been left.
And I've seen no clip spoilers as well, which is good.
GT, I mean, G2 have a very, very good idea where these players could be. And look at these stray shots from Trent. I mean, popping them off. Dizzy will finally push him back, but it's all Util that has to be committed just to clear out this space. It's a fault line and a nade. Right, he's already vacuumed up that orb, so that's not going to be given to them. No easy access. They're just being chipped down this entire time. Penalty on A health. Oxy 52. Door opened up with 38 seconds left. What is the call and what is the decision?
I don't really see a game plan here. Cloud9 might be forced to just run into A. They can combo a flash dizzy and hope that that catches Trent. Pivot through B.
Yeah, looks like it's been called now with the door broken up.
It's a good pivot though.
There's going to be the nano swarms.
The HBs. And it's just JonahP just doing this thing where he's just everywhere. No matter where you go on this map, you're going to run into JonahP somehow.
It's going to be close, tucked to the corner. Mosh pit here in Valen.
They actually get the plant.
A lot of damage done to him.
There is a
Just
lot
from
of
that
damage,
alone. Maybe
but
there's a chance here. Get themselves in, but again, the weapons are not looking good, and everybody's pushed up just into that lower section.
oh my god, the nade could be unbelievable.
That is going to be huge. Pushing them forwards and about. They can't stand their ground to take
I think
these
we would have got
fights.
3 if they
The
didn't
aim's
swing
all over the
before.
place right now. Moose left alone in that 1v4.
Okay, great from
Cheeky
G2
one,
here.
really,
The util
just
is
for the end, but
so
overall,
nice.
G2.
I mean, I'd love to see a situation like that when there's rifles on board, because I think that C9 would have
That
a good chance
Maple,
of
I
being able
agree
to
with
win.
you.
G2, they
Mars
only
Platchat
really had the
2,
nade
yeah.
to go for that
Doing
retake.
sponsored stream,
They'd already used
Platchat,
Paranoia, they didn't have
then
Horns or really
EMEA.
Prowlers to work with.
The stack day.
They didn't have a huge amount of tools.
Platchat starts
They
at
did send it off the back of the
5,
nade and all swing together, so the
I think.
coordination was there.
5 UK time.
And because C9 have not been winning rounds and getting kills and getting plants, they're slow to get these ultimates online as well.
Barely building them up.
Yeah, the Thrash the first.
Okay,
That
do
one's
they
not
run
as
into
rapid.
do they run
Almost
into
have that
JonahP
instantly if
again?
you win the pistol.
When am I sleeping? After this.
And you saw how difficult that snake fight was to navigate. I think they're going to be running into a similar stuff here. It's a really classic defense setup for JonahP and Leaf.
Icy can play hyper committed over towards the B main choke. Still has that showstopper there. As soon as he hears any sound, and util being used against him, he can just let rip the ult.
He might just ult off turret contact.
Yeah, he
It would
actually
be
might,
bold
and he
without a
might get
second player
3.
there.
Flash, here we go. Yeah, sees it and does not
What?
nail it. I mean, listen, damage done certainly, but
How is that
kills
for
and the chance of the
alive?
opportunity, smoke just to get him out of there. Few bullets.
How
barely
is he
Wants to go
alive?
for another swing of things. There was a season and A trying to be
I
comboed
understand
up
the
just
raise.
in case, but
The
it misses
Rays
wide.
surviving makes sense.
What a timing on that from Jonah. Great read that they were about to commit. 40 seconds though. And now
They're
there's
gonna
no
run
snake
into
bite over on
JonahP
C.
again.
But there are 3
He starts
players
off
stacked
A.
up.
They go A,
Ready,
he's
waiting,
A.
and double
Next
nano
round,
swarm
they go
setup still.
B, he's
The read
B.
by Valen.
Now he's over towards C. They're ending
Perfect.
C.
30 seconds
Trying
left.
to try and get themselves in. No one is
Oh
pre-aiming
boy,
a haunt.
that
Nano
fade.
swarms in
The
front of
fade
you.
eye is unreal.
Chopped to pieces if you try and enter.
That's from B. That's filthy.
Oh, he
What
threw
is
it
that lineup?
over the window
That's
through B.
lovely
That's
stuff
sick.
from Trent. I mean, you are not ready to break
Jonah
that.
stream
When you're
sniping.
focused on getting
Why is he
in through the
everywhere?
choke. The
Dude, he does
timing
this
on
every
this
Lotus
utility,
I
the
watch.
snake bite from Jonah and the horn from Trent is immaculate.
Yeah.
Where's he going now?
And
Back
it
to tree?
feels so similar to some of G2's games at Shanghai where they don't look like they're really in control of Lotus, but they're making it work and they're getting the wins.
That's the
Ah,
thing.
see, I feel like they are in
It's almost
control.
deceiving, you know, because you look at the scoreboard and it's
JonahP knows where
even
everyone's going.
spread. It's no heavy dominance from one player. Like, you know, you see Oxy on Cloud9 top of the scoreboard now, but I don't know, they make it look easy.
Guys,
Just
they're
the team
voting a
play.
fade eye and then
I will say
Odin
though,
B
Leaf
main.
is finding his moments a lot more on the defense side now.
Yeah, if
Take a
you
look at this.
util dump to the
There's
back of
horn
sight
goes
where
over
the
top,
plant
quite
is.
similar to the one that you
A
throw at
lovely
the start of
replay.
the round over on A.
That seems hard to nail, I'm not going to lie.
Damn, that was sick.
I mean, the pros are good at hitting
That
those
was so,
lines.
so
The
sick.
timing's here,
I'm
flash in the face of
Squash. Thank you
Icy,
so much for the prime,
Horn
dude.
not
Thank you
broken
for that,
again. They know
mate.
that there's that hard committal from Oxy out
Appreciate the
towards
support,
one.
man.
Well, he's satcheled above and around the nade, so he's actually on top of it, but no casualties. Barely many rifles to work with here for Cloud9. They still want to try and brute force and power their way through.
They have forced in this round, and all of that pressure has allowed Leaf to push up on the other side of the map. He does sometimes get punished for going for this, but in this particular round, he's getting excellent information for his team, as is JonahP.
Going to be calling for it, and that's why G2 can afford to stack this one. The Thrash gives up a lot of space here for Cloud9 to get
Okay.
themselves in.
And Valen doesn't have
G2
Omen Flash to
ready
retake
for this
this,
one.
so it's all about the double
Leaf is so
flank.
quick. Leaf is so fast.
No way,
What
how's
is
he
that?
alive?
Enough reset for it.
No,
And
no,
look at
no,
this,
how is
right
he
down the
invincible,
transfer
bro?
itself.
How could no one kill
control.
him?
Prowler sent flying bullets alongside it. G2.
Leaf is now just
lead.
spamming all the
And it doesn't feel like it's
bodies.
stopping.
I can hear him in the
Anytime soon.
background.
Look at the amount of rounds they've got in a row.
And look at the scoreboard and where Leaf is
How
at.
is he
was
not
trailing at the
dying
bottom,
there?
started out 1-7, and now he's recovered in this half. I think he only had something like 3 kills in the entirety of the first half here on Lotus. And now, on defense, finding moments to be aggressive, finding flank timings, winning rounds for them. 12-12. He has skyrocketed up the scoreboard.
He just crouched every single bullet at the end
to create impact for the team.
Yeah.
That is what you need to see. And yeah, he has been clean, but he hasn't really found the moments to be able to get involved on the attack. I can't quite remember how many kills he had to end the defense side, but I think it might have even been.
Yeah, don't ask me.
I think it was really, really close to the amount that he's currently got.
Can't recall, but
I think he ended with maybe something like 12 kills, and he's on 17 now.
Yeah,
I guess, to be honest, that's not bad.
And G2's defensive half itself on this map is just... They're too good at it. It feels like a very different way of winning, though. Last time they played against Cloud9, there's a lot of just,
Casper, what do you mean?
Push and pull, baiting them into unfavorable fights. This time, G2 have a really firm
Didn't
grasp
try and
in terms
do
of
live
the map, but they
ante.
always have
Like
Utah for the right answer.
me and Minnie talked about this
calling in terms of
before,
just
where we would
expecting
do
when
a
he's positioned
stream
of the...
and we would we
Just
need
trying
to
to
find
lead
like
his
a proper
team.
way of doing it.
It's
We
Valen
would
who's
like
always just
show
got
how
the
we
heads
both
up, feels like
anti
one
a
step
team.
ahead.
I think he has a slight different way of doing it.
Yeah,
but
Leaf. He's had 8 kills across these 6 rounds of
like a
defense.
Coach Potatoes thing. We talked about it before. But obviously it can't be live. You don't want to actually anti a team.
With a paranoia, Vanity does reveal his position with that one. Will send flying. IC will have to give up that space and respect it. A little bit too much to overcome and fight. Trent as well. The doors open wide. Prowler dropped at his feet, still dropped down to the back of the side. He is wide out in position. You still want to try and take this one. A seized delay. No connections.
Yeah, it's a heavy rotate at the moment for G2 as well. This is a nice shot, man.
Rocket there. Kill still found. Up and around.
Yeah, just stay alive, Moose.
Getting cheeky with it, just trying to go for the jump spot. Why not? Go for it. Cloud9, will they finally get themselves onto the board in a 2v4 here? 2v3. G2.
No, it's a really good ult, man. It's a really, really good ult. No one can break this. It's all about
into this fight. And what have they
Oxy.
got to try and destroy this one? It's going to be the fault line. The mosh pit doesn't quite break it. Not enough damage. Zeppa.
Oh my
Full
god.
run around and entertainment from
2
2
players.
1 player left to stand out through the back. And he can stick this one. Stick this one.
He's defusing it in front of him.
Half on it. Why not wait it out? That was the best chance that Cloud9 had in a long while.
And G2 still found their way to come around the
The
line.
2v4,
and
right?
Again with the ultimate getting outrageous value. C9 did not know whether
Wait,
they
was
wanted
it a
to fight
2v5?
that, whether they wanted to punish
It was
the
a
lockdown.
2v5.
It looked like Oxy was
2v5
trying to
into
find
a
the timing, he
2v3
just
and then
couldn't
onwards.
quite. And just to correct myself, as what I was talking
Such a
about with Oxy
strong
before,
ult
he
if they
ended the
don't
first
have
half on 17
main
kills.
control.
He currently has 18. That was the only kill he's got on the attack side. I mean, talk about G2 stopping a superstar player from getting value on one half of the map.
Yeah, they've done it again.
That is
That's
exactly what defines
it's
the
a
last time that
ridiculous
these two
round.
teams matched up.
I'm glad we didn't see
And
the
only
IMI
attack side where
replay.
Oxy's been able to do anything, he was playing Reyna.
Gotta be
Was
losing
a
his
different
mind.
Season 8, just out of the radius. We're getting that kill. G2's game plan, happy to give up the front section of A with this rebel control. Someone's got to change over Cloud9.
I think one of the problems too is with the double initiator compositions, C9 are playing as a blob a lot. This time they insert Vanity over towards Rubble. G2 have gone for reclear strats over towards Rubble, but only I think once. It looks like they might be going for it again. If the Prowler finds anything, it did not. Vanity is safe.
Look at the layers to it.
Veda.
Vanity just got caught by the haunt though, I think, over towards
Veda
A,
spotted
and now he's
Vanity
being
here.
hunted.
Might have to commit some util at least. No. Thinks twice about it. In through B though, Moose.
Rather
Got
not
that
hitting
ground.
shots.
Still, look at that double face. It's rapid.
They're hunting
the answer
the
back is
lurkers.
there, yeah. Making sure that they can't cause any sort of unfortunate issues. Later down into the line here, over towards the A site. So Cloud9 wants to go. There's an open site, but G2 are rapidly once more there, waiting. Flood attempt. Might be on the cards. They've already dropped down, doubled up into pit. There is an aftershock. We'll push them forwards. Oxy up and above the ropes. He wasn't set up for an easy fight there. Zeppa has to stick to plan. He was out of the fight while that was occurring, and still, how did Cloud9 hold on? They've lost control of the site. The positioning is no longer there. It's fault line. Seeking to redeem themselves. Horns over the top, and Rooney leaves with the damage, and that flank attempt wrapping around Vanity. It's his job to contain. Finds it. One to the dome, enough to shut down JonahP, and now two
I mean,
left to
with
stand
that
here for
kill,
G2.
Vanity
Maybe
should be able to
it's
win
still
this.
once more
But
Vanity.
did he
Already with the smoke
just
revealed,
smoke
Rooney,
himself
top board
off?
Vanity. It's his own making. The
Maybe
smoke
because the
toppled into his
HP's
face
to
just so he can
spam
get
it,
that
but
free line of sight with the spam down, but Leaf dominates the angle. And a 12th round is what G2 are up to.
What a comeback from G2 this has been.
yeah, I mean, it's
But for
been
C9, they can't
an
win
unbelievable
even when they
defense,
have
and they
advantages,
do
even when
have
they're
an
set up.
unbelievable
That's a
defense full
3v2
stop on
with
this map.
triangle crossfires all over the place. It feels like a classic C9 choke.
Yeah.
It really does.
Damn, bro.
Because they're getting themselves into spots they just can't convert, and they're losing so many important, crucial fights. I mean, Trent just barreled through them. And that is so much frustration on Imi's face. Look at that streak of teal
Poor
in the
chances.
timeline.
There's no stopping him. G2 with that hyper discipline, and now the crossfire setup as that stun connects.
Oh,
Valley.
no. Okay, I was going to
Tried
say, if he
maintain
gets
his
away with
composure.
that, that's
Tried
crazy.
to play it cool, but eventually the bullets did the job.
They take down the,
That's a
the
huge
Omen as
advantage.
well. It's
Like, paranoia
really big.
gone, smoke's gone, none of that
Yeah,
available
and
for
they
any
know
potential
that they
retake.
don't use
You
the
have
Viper
breach ult to
smoke
get
over
into a site.
towards C, so you can just send C.
Keep it cool.
Leveled up by G2, they want to try to contact peek into this one. Oxy's found, Dizzy, Molly at the feet, they want to commit! Vulnerability applied!
Spike down
And Vanity
A.
barely survives.
7 HP, and Trent gets to tree pretty
They're
early.
running alive,
Straight on.
and they've got good information from Moose's ult. They know that they're spread around here. Trent should be hit by the breach ult. I mean, they might not want to commit to this as well. They've still got 50 seconds.
So with a nightfall. Only with one connection as well. Ah, the flash is too deep! Too damn deep. Still Rooney's there with a connection and a trade. Leaf in a 1v2. Damage to the Vanity, still with the ult. Into this post! And that's how it ends! Finish like
It's a
that!
flawless defense from them. It
Impeccable
was
with
an
the timing.
absolute masterclass on
G2
defense.
Taking the series away
Yeah.
like that. In a classic
It's hard to watch
G2
for C9.
fashion.
C9's still so fine to make
This
playoffs
one
at the
felt
moment,
like it
though.
was set up for Cloud9
So
to
that's a
run
really
away
big win for
with
G2.
it. Icebox dominant. First half of Lotus.